What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? It's been a hot minute since I last updated any of you guys on my channel, right? And it's been one heck of a journey, man. I'll tell you that. One heck of a journey. I'll keep this video short, but pretty much not Chicago anymore. I left Chicago I left in November of 2023. Now it's May. It's been November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So it's been nearly 7 months since I've been back in Chicago. I mean, I just visited for the holidays, Christmas time. But it's been a while. And I'm just shooting a video here to kind of give an update of where I'm at. What are my plans? And I left Chicago because one of the biggest things is I supposedly thought I wanted to do computer science for the rest of my life, right? I took computer science for 4 years, guys. I was in computer science for 4 years. I went to school for that. I studied that. I was good at it too. I was really good at computer science. But I did not want to do that long term. And I never really wanted to do it long term. In a way, I tried to fit in a billion scenarios, but a majority of them didn't involve working with a lot of people, right? Because it's a very, what's the word for it? Just so focused on doing the work than actually just working with other people. You know, it was not, you're kind of like isolated when you're just doing programming, right? And I've done that already. I programmed pretty much all my life, at least in college, you know, which is 4 or 5 years of my life. So I made a pivot, and as I don't know if you guys know, I have another channel, all my music content. So you find all my music on Official Mark V on YouTube and Instagram. Official Mark V. And if you want to look it up, spell official right, because a lot of people don't spell it right. And then it's Mark with the C. So Official Mark V. You can find my stuff there. But I was always out networking, meeting people, and doing all that stuff, right? Just finding ways to meet other people. You never know what opportunity can arise from that. And I actually did meet someone who was in sales. And I was always interested in sales because you're always working with people, you're always talking with people, right? And I always kind of liked that aspect. So I met a guy at this event. If you guys want to know what event I was at, this was an Owen Cook event. If you want to look him up on YouTube to see who he is, it's Owen Cook. So I was at his event, and I met another guy, met a couple of people, we made a group chat on Telegram. And honestly, if it wasn't for that Telegram, going to that event, if it wasn't for going to that event, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So I went to this event. I met a couple people there, whatnot, who were also into personal development and growth and getting to where you wanted to get to goal-wise. Let me fix this camera set up so you can see my face a bit more. But I ended up meeting, that's too hot. I ended up meeting people, and they created a group chat. And with this group chat, they added me to another group chat, right? And this other group chat had a person who was honestly God level in many aspects of life, whether that's dating, business, relationships, everything. He has it nailed down. Mindset, fitness, dude's jack. Shout out Zambo. You know, maybe you ever watched this, or whoever watches this, and they may know. But I decided, man, I got in contact with him, you know, graduated computer science, and I decided to make a snap of a finger decision to, like, you know what, I want to focus on sales. I want to get good at sales. I want to understand it and embody it, because listen, guys, a lot of successful people embody sales, right? They embody sales. Anything that you guys do, you're either buying from someone or you're selling to someone. It's one or the other. And so I realized this is a skill I need to learn and not neglect. This is whatever you want to call it, soft skill. It's not a hard skill like, you know, learning how to use Google Sheets or whatnot. Like, this is actually a skill that can be applied to many freaking aspects of your life. So I called them up, I talked to them, we got it. Oh my God, it was crazy, man, what I did. Got the paperwork set up, whatever, to work for solar, door to door, the hardest form of sales. And my plan, and I just got it all lined up too perfectly, is I got my car, and I decided to just drive out there. And I just told my parents that I'm just going on vacation, and I left. It was hard because I was so used to my environments, my home, my basement. I was living in my parents' basement, guys. And I wanted to make a change now. I don't want to I don't want to wait. So I left. Now I'm out here, and I drove 25 hours sleeping in my car, made it here. And my plan was to stay out there for 3 months. I was in a blitz to be successful in door-to-door sales. Hardest form of sales ever. I mean, I was still in the mindset. I was in a different mindset, guys. I didn't fully understand sales yet. I left home, my parents were freaking out. A lot of people were like, yo, what the heck? Like, we had a bunch of projects in the way with music. I just left, guys. And it was tough. It was very tough. And I was running out of money fast because 3 months flew by. It was a challenge, waking up at 6 in the morning, going to the gym. I had great mentors, don't get me wrong. They were awesome mentors, and I have a lot of respect for them. But it was challenging, and the 2-month mark came up. I was running out of money. I was in debt. And at that point, I had to come up with a decision. I was at crossroads because I wasn't making any sales. That means I wasn't making any money. And so I had to come up with something fast. So I talked to the guys, and at the end of it, I decided to not go back to Chicago and continue on. And even if I have to be homeless, right? Even if I have to, go through all that stuff. And I did go through all that stuff, right? I did. And I was living in my car. So at that point, I left. I had to leave. And I left to Tampa, Florida. I left Tampa, Florida to go to, I was thinking either New York, Miami, California. And the original plan was to go to California. So I drove there with the little money I had, slept in my car all the days. Insane, I was dirty. It's not for everyone, and I did it by choice. I did it by choice, guys. I'm crazy like that. So drove to California, made it to California, and I also did Uber too. So I was able to I absolutely need to make money before I need to make money. I'm like freaking broke. I'm in debt. And so I started Uber. I was gonna start Uber in California, but you need to have a California driver's license, guys. And mind you, my car broke down like 2-3 times in Texas, right? On New Year's Day, my car broke down. My car broke down on New Year's, and I didn't know how to fix my car. All I had was YouTube and a little bit. I only had like $200, so I had to figure it out. Battery was like $100, all this stuff. So it was brutal, guys, for a bit. It was absolutely brutal, and I wanted to give up so bad, but I didn't. I freaking kept going at it, and at that spur of the moment, I was like, I was at my dead end right there. I didn't know what to do, guys. I was like, that's it. This is it. I don't know what to do next. And so I'm in a Mexican restaurant in California and trying to figure out what my next steps are gonna be, because I'm stranded out there now. There's no, I can't drive back, really. I did not know what to do. So at that point, it took me a while to think about this. And thank God I finished eating my food, right? Because I would have been pissed off to be eating my food knowing that I knew about this. I was thinking in my head, yeah, I'm gonna start Uber, but I want to eat first. Finally, I can sit down and eat. So I did that first. Then I found out I couldn't Uber there. So my next thing, I came up with a solution. I'm like, why not go next door to Arizona? I think Arizona should be fine. So I called up Uber, praying that they were gonna let me do Uber out there. And to the souls of the majestic gods of whatever you want to call it, they they said, yeah, you can do Uber in Arizona. That's cool. So I drove to Arizona that night. It was so late. Drove to Arizona, did Uber non-stop, living in my car. Sleep, wake up, do Uber. Sleep, wake up, do Uber. Obviously eat and all that stuff. I got gym membership so I can shower every day. That means I have to go to the gym, you know, actually crush it. And so I did that for 2-3 months, and my parents were like, yeah, what are you doing still out there? What are you still doing out there? Like, get back in Chicago. Like, you're not gonna, like, you know, they were like thinking like, you can't, you know, like, you have nothing for you out there. Like, yeah, come on, come back. And I said, no, because I wasn't gonna give up that easily. And so 3 months of that, I lived in my car. 3 months, guys. Think about that for a second. January, February, March. Yeah, like 3 months I lived in my car. From January to March. Doing Uber every day. Going to the gym every day too. And it was a hustle, man, because I had a lot of shit to figure out. I had 2 speeding tickets. They were each $200. So I was paying $400 for speeding tickets in different states. I had, you know, like $4K in debt. I had a course that I was paying for, like a training program for, you know, social skills and all that, and that was 8K. So I was in a deep trouble. But I grinded. I put all my money to pay off my debt, anything I need to pay off my speeding tickets, and I came to a point finally where I paid off all that stuff. And mind you, I was still making music and applying to jobs just so I can get something. And I finally got to a point where I paid off all my debt, my tickets. I paid off everything. I fixed my car, guys. And I got an apartment. I found roommates. I got apartments. Just beautiful and amazing. Thank you. I got an apartment. And then I got a job, a sales job, which is what I wanted to learn. When I am going to learn, and I am learning. You know, I'm going to be a beast at this. And I want to be a beast in sales because that's what all the successful people know and embody. They embody sales, guys. So that is where I'm putting my focus at least for the majority of the time. Don't get me wrong, I love music. I'm from Chicago, guys. I'm from Chicago. I love house music, techno. I love all that stuff, guys. I love it. And I go to the gym every day, as you can tell, you know. And you can see in my stories, I go to the gym every day. But now I'm in a position, I got an apartment, I got a job, I paid off all my tickets. I even had money to buy my iPhone, which is why the camera quality looks pristine. I was able to get this stuff, guys, almost from nothing by choice. Literally nothing by choice, you know? I pretty much went homeless by choice and built from there. And it's only been like 7 months, guys. It's barely been a freaking year. And I've learned a plethora of information just from a year, guys. Like 7 months just felt like 7 years. Literally. 7 months has felt like 7 years. So that's an update of where I'm at. I'm you know, a lot of people thought I was crazy for doing something like this, right? Not a lot of people do that. I mean, it's not very common, especially the way I went about it, you know? And I hope to ask for forgiveness on doing such a sudden leave. The reason why is I didn't think my parents would believe me telling them, you know, I was gonna leave to do solar sales door to door in Florida. They would not have processed that at all. They would have thought I was crazy. And they did when I told them, but there was no way they were gonna let me go if I were to explain that to them. So yeah, I mean, I still stand strong, and the fact that they would not have believed me if I were to just have told them before leaving. But I did what I did for a reason, and I still stand by it. I know I'm sorry if I made them feel a certain way, but I truly believe that they were just not gonna let me go. I'm with a Mexican family, guys. Like, imagine telling your parents you studied so long for your major, and all of a sudden you say, hey, I'm gonna do sales door to door, and I'm going to Florida. What? what? Yeah. So it just wasn't worth my time to explain to them the full thing. So I just left out of a whim. So that's where I'm at, guys. Hope you guys have been good. I want to provide value to the channel, and I just want to post like one video a week. I mean, it's pretty simple, one video a week. I got a new iPhone, guys, so it's gonna be fire quality. But I'll just probably be posting one video a week. On the weekends, maybe post some funny videos and whatnot, because I like to make interesting contents. I really want to do some like reels, like go into a store, like restaurant or mall, do some crazy calisthenic workout, ask some like random questions. I think that's hilarious to me. But for now, that's an update of where I'm at, and hope you guys are good. Leave a comment if you guys want to see more, drop a like, whatever you want to do. And we'll talk soon. Peace.